Guys, not so much into the gym. I'm very much wanting to go back to the gym in so many different ways, Chris. What's it going to look like if I'm able to go back?
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Alex. Thanks for having me on, Guy, too, as well. It's been we've had 1,400 stores open so far out of the 2,000. We've actually logged 30 million workouts in 2 months. Zero cases confirmed of contracting the virus in our facilities. It's really safe. We have a lot of cleaning solution, paper towels throughout the facility, big cleaning stations, well flagged, so you know exactly who the closest one is. We have touchless check-in on the way in. I happened to work out this morning at my local Planet. And once you get in the door, you realize you'll feel safe. I don't feel any different than going to the grocery store, probably safer.
How does it change, though, the long-term way that you position your business? Has it accelerated some trends? Has it changed the way that consumers are kind of coming in, how much time they're spending in the gym, what they're doing in the gym? It must be having some effect.
Sure. I'd say a couple of things I would answer that. One is I think that we need to position ourselves, Planet and the industry, as really an integral part of the healthcare distribution system. Is we keep people healthy, we reduce obesity, heart disease, you look at all the things that the COVID virus is really affecting pre-existing conditions. We're really a part of the solution for that. We corporately here at Planet with the franchisees, we really went into a huge digital play here. We launched Facebook Live workouts for all the members and non-members. We put a lot of content on our app. Our content consumption went up over 200% overnight as soon as we shut down. So we put a lot of focus into digital to help keep our members active when the gyms were closed. In the facilities, temporarily, hope with just from social distancing, we have every other piece of cardio inoperable, so it forces social distancing. Our facility is a big 20,000 square feet, so all the weight equipment and stuff is very well spread out. So the rest of that, you wouldn't see much of a difference.
So what I'm struck by, though, with Planet Fitness is I think of it as like a no muss, no fuss kind of workout, right? Like you go and you do your thing, you leave. And I wonder how that has to change when you're dealing with sanitation or showers. How much have you had to put in money-wise into fixing up some of your gyms to make it a little more accessible and safer?
Yeah, sure. So at Planet, we take cleanliness as one of our top priorities. And we've always had cleaning stations with a sanitization product, actually that's approved by the health department to kill the virus. So between cleaning protocols for our staff, all our staff is wearing PPE today. But the solutions we've always had with paper towels clean the facilities, and members are required, and it's a protocol as well, to clean the machine before and after each use. So you wouldn't see too much difference, except for the fact is the members are very adamant about cleaning. When I was in there today, they're very meticulous about the way they clean, and they get ready to leave the machine and ready for the next person to use it. So it doesn't really cost us much more to run the facility different at this point.
One thing that is certainly happening is that we're getting quite a lot of stop-starts. And this is true of your business, of a lot of businesses as well. As we see COVID cases pick up, we're seeing localized changes in the rules, and you must have to adhere to that. How are you managing that kind of volatility, not only in terms of staffing, but cash flow and all the other aspects that you've got to keep an eye on?
Yeah, so luckily for Planet, we've got it's a franchise system, and we've had a lot of groups of veteran franchisees been in the system for many years. Many of them are private equity backed. We've got about 135 franchise groups that make up our 2,000 club system, so they're all multi-store operators. At this point, luckily, most of our franchisees have clubs in multiple states. So even though they might have clubs closed in New York, they've also got a lot of clubs in Florida that are open and generating revenue. But for a couple months, it was really hard. I mean, there's not many businesses or industries out there that literally had zero revenue for the period of time of closure. There was no takeout restaurants. I mean, we can't do any of that. So for that period of time, it was difficult to get through that. A lot of rent deferrals, which was great. Landlords were good. Lenders were very good with us. So to get us on the other side, we've been open up. Our IPO was 5 years ago today, and we've opened 1,000 stores in the last 5 years, 20,000 square feet. So from a retail perspective, they want us as a tenant. We're the only one really growing at that clip. So they want to make sure we get on the other side, which has been great.
Hey, Chris, as we round out here, give me some perspective on if you have new people coming to the gym. Most people drank and ate too much during a shutdown. I definitely did my share. Are you getting new people in?
Yeah, we actually, in the months of May and June, when we first started opening, we were actually over-indexing in new joins compared to last year. So I think you're right. People cooped up in the house, ate too much. They wanted to get outside and see other people. So we were really happy with that. July, with some of the sentiment here in the U.S., where some spiking states that created a little bit of fear, I think, that kind of pulled some of the new join numbers backwards some. But I think at the end of the day, you're right. People, I think, will have a really renewed appreciation for fitness. When you see all the pre-existing conditions, 70% of the U.S. is obese, unfortunately, or overweight. And I think people will walk away with this COVID virus thing. And I think years ahead will actually show more appreciation for being healthy.